Several notes left by the killer at the crime scene indicate he may be a religious person.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 serial killer calling cards.
He took souvenirs and trophies from the various crime scenes and collected them in a treehouse he had in his backyard.
The cipher is broken into 3 sections, each with 8 lines and 17 symbols.
Court was recessed, but Ramirez had the last word.
For this list, we'll be ranking the most infamous, unique, or creepy behaviors from serial killers that went on to become closely associated with their crimes. Did we leave any out? Sound off in the comments. Number 10. Happy Faces. Keith Hunter Jesperson. Serial killer calling cards are creepy. There's no doubt about it. It's even more unsettling when the criminal in question uses something so innocuous during his crimes.
Wherever there was a female around, he had to say something that was inappropriate.
Keith Hunter Jesperson was known as the Happy Face Killer, thanks to his penchant for including little smiley faces on crime scenes, as well as on letters he wrote to the media. The habit stands in stark contrast to the brutality of his crimes, which involved strangling unknown strangers from 1990 to 1995. Jesperson was a murderer who demanded notoriety, and for better or worse, he certainly received it. Number 9. Stalkings. The Boston Strangler. The case of the Boston Strangler may never be understood fully, as there are those who still maintain the man charged with the crimes, Albert DeSalvo, might not have acted alone. Still, this doesn't change the chilling calling cards associated with the killings that plagued the Boston area during the 1960s.
Yes?
Super sent me to check your bathroom.
The Strangler was often able to gain access to the homes of victims without force, posing as a repairman or some other trustworthy stranger.
Now, Lord, I told you.
He would then strangle women with their own stockings or other similar items in the home and leave them behind as some perverse tableau. Another victim, Mary Sullivan, even received a New Year's card for her trouble, left behind by the Strangler after he was finished. Number 8. Tarot cards. The Beltway Snipers. Serial killer crimes can often be gruesome, but there's something so profoundly eerie about the cold and detached method of a long-distance sniper rifle.
Nothing like this has ever happened in Montgomery County. This is a very safe community. Our homicide rate just increased by 25% in one day.
The Beltway Snipers terrorized multiple states throughout 2002, but focused their destructive energies largely on the Washington, D.C. area.
I was a ghoul. I was a thief. I stole people's lives.
Although John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo didn't utilize the same calling card for every crime, news outlets picked up on the October 7th shooting of young Iran Brown thanks to one creepy coda. The pair left the tarot card for death at the crime scene, inscribed with the phrases, "Call me God," "For you, Mr. Police," and "Do not release to the press." Number 7. Giggling. Kenneth Harrison, aka the Giggler. Some serial killers feel guilt-ridden about their crimes and leave behind clues to assist in their capture by authorities. Others, meanwhile, contact the police for another reason, to brag. Kenneth Harrison gave himself the nickname of the Giggler when tipping off Boston PD about the location of his victims, laughing about it the whole time. Harrison's methods would change, sometimes tossing people off of bridges, other times meeting folks down in Boston's notorious combat zone red light district and attacking them in a dark alley. One thing's for sure, the Giggler seemed to take great pride in taunting the police. Number 6. Lipstick Messages. Lipstick Killer. In the mid-1940s, 3 women were murdered in Chicago, leading police to believe that a serial killer was at large. The killer became known as the Lipstick Killer, thanks to one chilling message painted on a victim's apartment wall. The message read, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." After being beaten and drugged by police, 17-year-old William Herons confessed to the murders and was convicted, but later recanted, claiming he'd been coerced. So it's possible the true Lipstick Killer was never caught.
It has police misconduct. It has prosecutorial misconduct. It has incompetent defense counsel. It has junk science.
Number 5. Notes. The Son of Sam.
You have to be careful. You have to watch where you go now. You know, how late you stay out and
Call him the Son of Sam, call him the 44 caliber killer, or simply David Berkowitz, New York City was in absolute fear of the serial killer during the summer of 1977. Berkowitz would usually target couples parked in cars, sneaking up and shooting them with a 44 caliber pistol.
Like my sister will not come out of the house now. Right. So will any of their sisters.
He would also leave taunting letters for the police, notes that were comparatively more in-depth than others on our list.
And I will see you at the next job. Or should I say, you will see my handiwork at the next job.
The pages of rambling included the Son of Sam moniker, detailing how Berkowitz allegedly took his orders to kill from a satanic dog owned by his next-door neighbor. They were a disturbing reminder of just how unpredictable the world of real-life crime can be.
Who was to do it? Well, Sam did it through me. He used me. He made me go out there and do it. I did it for him, for blood.
Number 4, Poetry, the BTK Killer. Dennis Rader was a husband and father, but he was also one of the most infamous American serial killers in history.
I had many, what I call them, projects. There were different people in the town that I followed, watched.
Known as the BTK Killer due to his methodology, Rader also seemed to have a more sensitive side, at least when it came to his communication with the police and the media.
He tells the police this is not going to end. He's going to continue to do this. If you don't catch me, more people in this community are going to die.
BTK sent multiple letters to local news outlets, but one in particular possessed a twist: Dennis Rader's own perverse poetry. The ABC affiliate KAKE in Wichita, Kansas received 2 letters from Rader, the latter of which adapted the folk song "Oh Death" with a poem that took the song's lyrics and shifted them into a poem about one of Rader's victims, Nancy Fox.
I just don't think you can kill 10 people and be sane.
Number 3, Body Parts, Jack the Ripper. We'll probably never discover the true identity of the man behind the Whitechapel murders in Victorian England, the infamous Jack the Ripper. However, we do know that the Ripper's crimes were disgusting and came with their own equally gross calling cards: human remains.
It was the way she was done, Inspector. It was the way the bang tale was done that cries out for a man of your talents.
There were rumors that Bloody Jack had some sort of advanced medical knowledge, since organs were often removed from the victims' bodies with precise surgical skill.
What do you mean what he took?
Didn't you notice?
What?
He's taken at least one of her organs.
These body parts were sometimes taken, but usually left somewhere at the scene of the crime, placed near or on top of the victim's corpse. The Dear Boss letter sent to the police even arrived with a special gift to authorities: a victim's severed ear.
One day, men will look back and say, I gave birth to the 20th century.
Number 2, Inverted Pentagrams, the Night Stalker. Close your windows and lock your doors, because you never know when the Night Stalker is going to strike. This was advice given to California homeowners during the early 1980s because Richard Ramirez was officially on the loose.
So we knew that the suspect was wearing like a gardener's glove or something like that.
And we never find a single fingerprint.
Ramirez was the product of tremendous childhood trauma that would all eventually lead to a life of crime and devotion to Satanism. The Night Stalker was known for drawing inverted pentagrams on his hands for attention while on trial, but Ramirez also left the symbols as calling cards during his murders.
There is a 5-pointed star enclosed in a circle, a pentagram. To some, it is the mark of the devil.
He even demanded one victim swear to Satan that he wasn't holding out on any valuables within the home.
I believe in the evil in human nature. This is a wicked world. And in a wicked world, wicked people are born.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Cryptograms, the Zodiac Killer. We've discussed a lot of calling cards thus far on our list, but none of them were as complex or mysterious as the cryptograms constructed by the Zodiac Killer. A cryptogram is a word puzzle that demands decoding in order to uncover its meaning.
And you got symbols from at least 7 different sources: Greek, Morse code, maybe semaphore,
weather symbols, astrological signs.
The Zodiac sent bold and taunting letters to newspapers and police along with these cryptograms, claiming that they would hold the secret to where he would strike next.
What is that at the bottom?
Leftovers, maybe an anagram?
4 cryptograms in total were sent, with only one being deciphered prior to December of 2020, when the 340 cipher was finally solved by a team of individuals from the United States, Belgium, and Australia.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.